Hellos, welcome back, people. It's the Critic Court. I am Toke, and I'm here to give you guys a little spoiler review on the upcoming movie uh, called The Killer. Um, it's getting released on Netflix, like officially, but it dropped in some in select theaters over this past weekend. And me personally, I love the actor that played the main character, the killer, the actual killer, Michael Fassbender. He's a uh, he's a pretty good actress or actor. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said actress. He's a pretty good actor. Um, I love him in most of his roles. It's like especially when he played Magneto, and like X Men, First Class, and all that. The young portraying as the young Magneto. So I had to go give this shit a watch in the theaters. I could not wait because I don't. It doesn't come out for like another like what 10, 11, 12 days, something like that. November. I want to say November 10th. Yeah, November 10th or November 11th, something like that. But yeah, this movie, it had. I was upset, kinda. It had potential. It really did. It really did. But given probably the the budget and all the stuff Netflix is not 100% access to. They did what they did, what they could do with it. It was still a good movie. I would still give it probably um what maybe a low B minus, almost C plus type of deal in that range. Um, 'Cause it was just like any other assassin movie, man. Like, come on now. We seen John Wick, we seen Equalizer, we seen all these type of assassin movies, Hitman, fucking what was it? Snowpiercer, fucking uh what was that movie with what's his name? It's just an older movie. I think it's called like what? Man, what can I think of right now? Oh yeah, Born Identity. My dumb ass. All the Born Identities, like all that type of shit. But I was pissed because they delivered well on as far as like his character alone, the killer's character, and just showing from his perspective of things. It was like he was speaking in like it was shown in third person in a sense. So you got to see everything that he was doing, but also in his mind, what was going on in his mind as like the process of him doing things. And it was pretty dope. That concept was dope. It was just the fucking the goddamn dialogue, man. The plot, like the whole scheme of the thing was fucking. It wasn't original, man. We've seen this type of shit before. Um, you know, assassin, goes after. Pretty much goes after the people he worked for because they ends up not liking what he did on a certain mission, and close ones to him start to get affected by it and get hurt, and so he fucking you know makes it a mission, a priority to kill everyone that is starting to affect his life and bring you know his work life home, pretty much. um, So another thing too. Like I like how they broke it. They broke it down into chapters. Cause this movie was 2 hours, just about an hour and 58 minutes, and it had like six chapters or whatever. Um, and this man was moving. The killer, he was moving, bro. Like that was some true assassin shit. Like always on the move, bro. He was in Paris. He was in the Dominican Republic. He was in New Orleans. He was in New York. He was in Florida, Chicago. Like this man was everywhere with it. um, but yeah, it all started, him in Paris. He ends up fucking up on this mission. Um, he misses the target. The initially target that he was supposed to pursue didn't you know didn't get killed like they were supposed to. He fucked up, ended up killing someone else in the midst of the crossfire. You know, had to get the fuck out of Dodge. Um, goddamn, ends up back at his sanctuary, his home, which is back in the Dominican Republic, his little hideout. Um, comes back to his place trashed. His girl got beat up and shit. Took to the hospital. She's like damn near fucking damn near like about to be in death. Like her ass, she's about to be deceased the way they fucked her up. But she was a strong cookie, so she survived that. Luckily, fucking he ends up getting a trace through her brother about this taxi driver that he seen, fleeing the scene and shit. Cause her brother was the one who fucking got her to the hospital and shit, and thankfully in time, and cause she took a toll. She took a real toll. She was beat up bad, but yeah, he goes after the taxi driver dude. The dude, his name's Leo or whatever. Figure out some answers. He ends up telling him, it was he was just doing his job, driving him to where he was about to leave him. They were taking too long. Then he realized because it was a dude. He said it was a dude and a woman, a bigger dude and a woman with white hair or whatever, short hair. Fucking the dude had blood all over him in the shirt, all that shit. That pissed him off, triggered him, so he shot his ass. Can't leave no evidence. Ends up, fucking in New Orleans, at this lawyer's fucking establishment. I guess it was an old friend of his, Eddie Hodges or whatever. He was the dude. I think he was the dude he actually called as soon as he fucked up on the mission, and like told him, the whole deal. He like, like I fucked up. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Mission, incomplete type of deal. And he's still trying to figure out answers. So he goes to Eddie. Eddie ain't telling him shit. This man fucking drills his chest in with a nail gun. Give him the 3-piece with that bitch. Merch this nigga. Then his secretary Dolores, she don't want to die, so she ends up spilling the beans. He still murders her. Like I said, he can't leave no evidence. That was how he was trained too. Like, even where he was staked out at in Paris, he made sure the place was clean. He made sure the place was clean. He didn't even leave a speck of evidence where he was staked out at during the whole, mission for that target. She ends up helping him. He ends up finding out, about the dude that had the blood on his shirt. He was just this dude was from Florida, the Brute. That's how they broke it down into chapters. It was crispy. It was crispy. It was fucking, chapter 1 was the target. Chapter 2 was hideout. Chapter 3 was the lawyer. Chapter 4 was the Brute, all that shit. Chapter 5 was expert. Chapter 6 was the client. Shit like that. Like this movie had potential, man. I'm so pissed. It was mediocre though. It was fucking mediocre. It was just like any other assassin movie, man. I was so pissed. But he ends up in Florida. That was the Florida scene was the best scene. Uh, action wise, this man, because all it was him pretty much being a detective. He was killing people, but he wasn't really killing people. He ain't had no like big struggles until the Florida dude. This motherfucker was a big dude, bro. He was throwing him or tossing him around his house. It was crazy almost seeing him like him being able to even match up with this dude, but like I said, he portrayed as assassin. So, assassin, it don't matter about size. He knows I kill you in a million ways. But this dude was a former assassin too, but you can tell he was more just using strength type of deal. And if he had to use a gun, he had to use a gun, but he wasn't, he wasn't highly trained. He was literally just flexing this man, flexing the killer. He ends up murking him still though. Fucking sedates his dog. It was funny. He sedated his. I guess he had like a guard dog. He sedated that nigga. Fucking burns the whole house down. All types of dumb shit. Gets the fuck on. It was crazy. It was wild. No, he didn't even burn the house down. My dumbass. I thought he burned the house down. I can't remember. I know he burned somebody's place. Or he burned something up. Or something exploded. I don't know what I'm thinking. My dumbass. But, then you got, he ends up at the lady's house. The short hair lady. Or her town in New York. The expert. She's another former assassin. Ends up blowing her brains through with a silencer, with a suppressor type of deal. I guess she was the one who was like in charge of his mission from the start with the target. And she was the one, who he failed. He failed her. So she fucking did what she had to do. That's their guidelines. Take it home. Take it to the personal place. Fucking. And then he ends up in Chicago at this the client's place, Claiborne. This dude named Claiborne or whatever. Fucking. He's like the least like connected to this whole thing. He's like a newcomer. He's oblivious to the whole thing and doesn't even know why the killer is there in his fucking house in the first place. So he leaves him. Out of all the people, because he seemed like he was telling the truth for the most part. So he left him to live, But he told him, if anything comes back to him and any such, he will be back, like, immediately to kill him. So, this movie, like I said, it was pretty much like any other, he got his reassurance. Got his revenge. Returns back to his hideout, to his home with his girl, and back in the Dominican Republic. It's, they played it safe. They played it real safe with this movie, and I was highly upset about it. It could have, like I said, it had a little bit more potential. It seemed like it really could have been some shit to where it could have been like, a franchise out of it. Maybe a 2, maybe a 3. But this was it. This was it. It wasn't, It was highly anticipated. It got, promoted kind of well, but it wasn't, in my eyes, it was just some mediocre shit. So, there you have it, guys. Leave some comments, like and subscribe, support the motherfucking corp. And as I always say, toodles.